You did it! You did it, and welcome, my friend. You have just shifted into a new timeline. It's not a secret. Why would you keep it away from you? You have shifted, you have done the work, you have come so far. And you're doing amazing. You deserve to win, so welcome to the winner's circle. If you're seeing this video, you have shifted to a new timeline, and my message here for you today is to show you exactly what you went through. If you agree, if you relate with what I'm about to share with you, then it would make sense. You just see how you're right now stepping into that new timeline, and it is time for you to congratulate yourself, to give yourself some rest, to pause for a moment, to acknowledge and to validate yourself for everything that you have done, because you are here in the winner's circle. That being said, let's get directly in the video. Hey there, I am Danny from Higher Consciousness with Danny, and I'm here to help you shift in a higher level of consciousness. So what does it mean that you have shifted? How do you know that? How you can testify that for yourself? Well, if you have worked diligently, if you have put the required effort into what is meaningful to you, if you have taken courage, if you have had the required courage to take inspired action, and you have acknowledged yourself for doing that, and anytime the doubts came up, anytime that you lost hope, anytime that you felt worried and scared, you have surrendered and let go. And you have continued going in the right direction that you know is meaningful to you. You know why you've stepped on that path. Isn't that a sufficient enough proof that you have shifted? Because let me ask you this. Are you not shifting to a new timeline when the old circumstances you have experienced previously don't matter to you anymore? They don't dictate your state of being. If you have taken the time to acknowledge yourself and for everything that you're doing that makes you feel inspired, gives you more energy, and to let go of all and any and all doubts and worries and fears that come up, doesn't that mean that you don't give any importance to the outer circumstances and you have taken full responsibility of your inner state of being? And if your inner state of being is independent from whatever you experience on the outside, in the outer circle of your reality, doesn't that mean that your vibration right now is stable to the point where it does not matter what happens on the outside? You don't look for proof because you have given yourself the proof by taking care of your own state of being. So this is why I'm saying you did it. You did an amazing job, and it has become habitual at this stage. It has become habitual for every inspired action that you take in the direction of what you're trying to manifest, whether that's a new job situation, whether that's a specific person, whether that's overcoming a challenge in your romantic relationship, whether that's a new business venture that you start. If you have taken the time to acknowledge yourself and to let go anytime you feel, whoa, then this is the proof you need. It's not like you need to be looking outside for the proof, because your state of being is the proof. Does that make sense? If you're inspired, if you feel like you have reached the top, however your circumstances look, if you feel embodied within, if you feel like you're in the end and looking from the end to your present circumstances so that your circumstances don't dictate your state of being, this is the sign that you have shifted to a new timeline. And you are doing amazing. I believe in you. You believe in yourself. And I acknowledge how much you've done, because you have acknowledged how much you've done. It's not random that you're seeing this video. How could it be random when you've done so much and now somebody shows you a confirmation of what you are feeling inside? Take a moment to acknowledge that. Take a moment to affirm it. Take a moment to say to yourself inwardly, I have shifted, and what I've done is enough. My state of being is reliant on my inner conversations, on the way I speak to myself. My state of being is self-reliant. It's not dependent on circumstances. And I congratulate myself for that. Take a moment to say that to yourself inwardly and see what happens. See what happens. Because here is how that timeline shifting works, that jumping of timeline works. Letting go of the old story you have been telling yourself allowed you to step comfortably in the unknown. Letting go of that old story, for me that story was, it's not fair, it's not working, what's the point, why should I keep going? Letting go of that story, or whatever that story was for you, letting go of it allowed you to step in the unknown with comfort, while before the unknown felt uncomfortable. And now let me ask you this, if you could step empowered, having taken ownership of your state of being in the unknown, playing with the unknown, not letting the unknown dictate how you feel, but you stepping in the unknown with the state of being that you know you have created for yourself, because you love yourself, because you care for yourself, because it matters what you're doing and what you believe in, because you believe in yourself. If you have taken the step in the unknown with that state of being, isn't that proof that you have shifted? Because then it doesn't matter what happens. If you're able to feel however you want to feel, empowered, in the unknown, who cares what happens on the outside? Do you care? Does it matter? Whether reality have shown you the proof of the shift that you have made within, does it matter? Or is your state of being enough? It is enough. What you're doing on the inside is enough. And you have done it for sufficient amount of time, maybe a couple of months already. And it doesn't make sense anymore to doubt. Why would you doubt? Why would you look outside for confirmation? This is your confirmation. Your confirmation is here right now in this very moment. But it's not the time giving you that confirmation. You have given it to yourself. You have manifested me to show you that confirmation that you have given to yourself. So I'm only confirming what you know to be true inside. And you deserve to take a moment and rest and just acknowledge how much you've done. Just acknowledge how independent you are from whatever happens on the outside. This is when you have made the shift. So welcome to the new timeline, my friend. Welcome and congratulations. And now I have one last message today. I want to show you what that journey looked like for you and let me know if this feels familiar. Here is your old timeline in which in the ups of life, when you did something that you are proud of and you felt really good doing so, you were still hoping that it would produce some result on the outside. And then through that hope, you didn't acknowledge yourself, so you went down to doubt yourself. In a valley experience, when things didn't work out, when the old story took over, and this is a moment when you started to let go. So eventually you started hoping again, but you didn't acknowledge yourself when you were hoping. And then you went back down. When you went back down, this time you surrendered. And you surrendered again and again. You gave up your worries and your doubts to higher power, to the power of your mind, to the power of consciousness, to God. Call it whatever you want, it doesn't matter. But you've given it up. And you've decided it is done. It is done. I did it. That's it. I did it. I don't have to doubt or worry anymore. I did it. I did what was required of me. So I can step in faith. I can trust. And then you acknowledged yourself. Next time you felt inspired, you acknowledged yourself for what you did. And this is how you became self-sufficient. You gave yourself the confirmation, the proof you needed. And you did it again and again and again and again. While at some point, since you have surrendered and since you have acknowledged yourself for everything that you did, and you surrendered again and then you acknowledged again, you underwent a timeline jump. And this is where we are right now. This is the video that's a confirmation of that timeline jump. On that timeline jump, instead of hoping when you're feeling up, and instead of doubting when you're feeling down, when you're feeling up, you have faith. It's like you give yourself permission to receive everything that you have been asking for. And it's not like you have to do something to give yourself that permission. It's simply a decision that is almost unconscious. A decision that you make that is, I've done enough. Let me receive. Let me receive. I have faith. I give it up to God. I know what I'm manifesting is on the way. I am certain of it. It is done. There is nothing else to be done because it is done. I've done it. This is what it means to have faith. And then on the lower end, when you start feeling a little bit low, well, then you simply acknowledge yourself. It's not about letting go now. It's about acknowledging yourself. You're doing amazing. You did it, my man. There is nothing to worry about. You have done so much. You have come so far. And thank you for trusting. Thank you for believing in me. I acknowledge you. You've done it. You have done it. And then you go up and have faith, experience faith. And this is how you're able to, give me a second. This is how you have been able to basically drop the old story. The old story doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't hold any power over you. And since you have dropped the old story, the new story has taken roots. And in the tree of your mind, this simple illustration here, the new story has taken roots in your body to the point where the feelings behind the new story have started producing the story on autopilot. So you have shifted through your belief systems. And now, anytime you feel whoa, instead of doubting, you acknowledge yourself. And this is why you have underwent a timeline jump. Does that feel familiar? Does that feel familiar? Let me know. Let me know and like, subscribe and comment down. Let me know if this is the case for you. So on the low end, you feel like you acknowledge yourself. On the high end, you feel like you're having faith. So since you're already acknowledging yourself on autopilot whenever you feel low, on the high end, you just feel faith. You just have faith. You just believe in the end. Since you believe in yourself, since you believe you have done enough, since you acknowledge the effort you've put in, since you acknowledge everything that you have done that has been asked of you, now the rest is given up to the universe, to God, to higher power. And then you simply have faith. And that faith drives you forward. So it's not about the outer circumstances anymore. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares whether you get the validation from your coworkers? Who cares whether you get the promotion and you have been looking for it before, but now it doesn't matter because you feel empowered either way? Who cares whether your specific person gives you the love you deserve? You feel love inside. Who cares whether you receive that love? Who cares whether the challenges in your romantic relationships, however your spouse treated you, whether they have changed or they didn't? If you feel grounded within and stable, and you speak the truth, and your truth holds power, who cares whether they have changed? You feel comfortable. And if you feel comfortable in the unknown, the new story has taken roots in your mind, and you have shifted. And now I want you to just see that illustration. See how here you're staying on the same frequency. You're not going upwards. It's the same frequency. This is the old timeline. In the new frequency, what happens in the new timeline is that your frequency is constantly increasing. So with every day that passes, it gets better and better. And this is the proof. You feel better and better with every day. Your frequency rises to the point where it doesn't matter what happens on the outside. So since it doesn't matter and nobody cares, you don't care what happens on the outside, you have shifted. So welcome, my friend. Welcome to the new timeline. You've done it. You did it. And it has all been worth it. How does it feel to win? How does it feel to be in the end? How does it feel to look back and feel proud of yourself? How does it feel to feel accomplished? Since this is exactly the experience you have when you have shifted. Congratulations for the timeline jump, and I will see you again in the next video. Bye bye for now. Enjoy your day, my friend. I love you and I acknowledge you. Thank you so much.